Once again, lovely good morning, students. Welcome to LPSRS Riverside School. Students, today we are going to start with our fifth chapter, that is a different kind of school, right? Before we read, do you know these words? If you don't, find out their meanings. Bandage, crutch, cripple, honor, misfortune, system. Look at the pictures in this unit and guess in what way this school may be different from other schools. So students, in this chapter we are going to see a school which is of different kind. We'll proceed. I had heard a great deal about Miss Beam's school, but not till last week did the chance come to visit it. When I arrived there was no one in the sight but a girl of about 12. Now, what the writer says that he had heard something about Miss Beam's school. Whose school it was? It was Miss Beam's school. But he didn't get any chance to visit there. But once he arrived, he saw a girl about 12 years old, right? Her eyes were covered with a bandage and she was being led carefully between the flower beds by a little boy who was about 4 years younger. She stopped and it looked like she asked him who had come. He seemed to be describing me to her. Then they passed on. Now what happens, students, when the writer arrives the school? He saw a girl which was about 12 years old, right? She had bandage on her eye, right? And she was carefully laid between flower bed by whom? By a little boy who was 4 years younger, right? And then she stopped and she was asking him about who had come, and writer thought that they both were talking about him. Miss Beam was all that I had expected. Middle-aged, full of authority, yet kindly and understanding. Now students, here is the description of Miss Beam. Now how she was? Middle-aged means not too old, not too young, and she was full of authority and she was very kind and understanding. Her hairs were beginning to turn grey and she had the kind of plump figure that is likely to be comforting to a homesick child. Now further he says that Miss Beam was a perfect personality, means her kind of plump figure means her personality was perfect, which was comfortable for a homesick child. I asked her some questions about her teaching methods which I had heard very simple. Now writer says that he had asked Miss Beam about her teaching style, the method in what she teaches the students, that he had heard were very simple. So still now students, we have came across a younger girl, small girl, then a younger boy, and description about Miss Beam. Now further, no more than is needed to help them to learn how to do things. Simple spellings, adding, subtracting, multiplying and writing. The rest is done by reading to them and by interesting talks during which they have to sit still and keep their hands quiet. There are practically no other lessons. Now she says that no more than it's needed for them to learn various things like subtracting, adding, and the things that are come in our daily routine, and rest things are done by interesting talks, activities are conducted, right? They don't have practical lessons. The real aim of this school is not so much to teach thoughts as to teach thoughtfulness, kindness to others, and being responsible citizens. Look out of the window a minute, will you? Now, Miss Beam, she says that in her school there are no much lessons based on thoughts and morals, but they focused upon how to be thoughtful, how to be kind to others, how to be generate, how to be understand, and how to be a responsible citizen. Now she says that look out of the window a minute, you will know that how our school is. I went to the window which overlooked a large garden and a playground at the back. What do you see? Miss Beam asked. Now the writer goes to the window and he takes a overlook, means he looks around. He saw there was a large big garden and also a playground at the backyard of the school. Now, Miss Beam asked him that what did he saw there. I see some very beautiful grounds, I said, and a lot of jolly children. It pains me, though, to see that they are not all so healthy and active looking. When I came in, I saw one poor little girl being led about. She has some trouble with her eyes. Now I can see two more with the same difficulty. And there's a girl with a crutch watching the others at play. She seems to be a hopeless cripple. Now, when Miss Beam asks writer that what did he saw outside the window, he says he saw a beautiful ground and also a lot of jolly children. Though he had a pain that these children are not able and not so healthy and active looking, because when he came inside he saw a girl with a bandage on her eye, and now he is seeing same other two children, right? And also he saw a girl with a crutch. Crutch means a stick which is held under her armpit. She was watching others playing. She was not able to play with them. And also she seemed to be very hopeless cripple. Means she was unable. She was a disabled child and she was unable to play with other children. Miss Beam laughed. Oh no, she said. She is not really lame. This is only her lame day. The others are not blind either. It is only their blind day. I must have looked very surprised, for she laughed again. On this, hearing everything, Miss Beam laughed, means she laughed on the what writer says. She says about that girl that she is not really lame. Lame means a disability to walk, right? This is only her lame day. Means this is her life is not lame. She is not lame, but her day is only lame. And the other children whom you are telling blind, they are not blind. This is their blind day. I must have looked very surprised, for she laughed again. Listening this, the writer gets very surprised as he listens laugh of Miss Beam again. Right, students? For today, this much only. Further, we'll proceed in next session, students. Have a great day ahead.